Mrs. Thompson walked into the grade 5 class that day, and she greeted her class saying that, "I love you all." Like every other day, it was a lie. There was one student in the class whom she just could not, end up liking or loving for that matter. She had tried her best, but she had actually ended up detesting that child. He was very unkempt, and he was always withdrawn, never interested in class. And finally, she had reached a point where she would actually take delight in putting big, huge red crosses on his papers and then give a grade F to him. She would actually enjoy doing that. It's pointless trying to correct him. So that day was the day when all the teachers, all the class teachers had to check the earlier reports of all their students, and she kept Teddy's report for the last. And once she got the report in her hand, she was in for a surprise. The grade 1 teacher who taught Teddy had written, "Teddy was the brightest child in class. He was such a pleasure to be with, and he is a hit among his friends. He is very, very popular." Grade 2 teacher had written, "Teddy is a very, very nice child. He is studious, he is a very good student, but he's slightly troubled these days because of some problem at home. Looks like somebody at home was ill." And then grade 4 teacher had written that his mother had suffered from a terminal illness and she had passed away. This had really troubled him. And grade 4 teacher, by the time she reached the grade 4 report, she had already started crying. It was written that Teddy was trying very, very hard. By now he was withdrawn, he was not interested in anything, and he was a very silent child in class. Mrs. Thompson completely was taken aback, shocked, ashamed of herself. She really did not know what to do. She decided that from today onwards, I am not going to, take lessons, just give my lectures. I'm actually going to teach. I'm actually going to be a teacher. And I'm going to embrace everything about my students. And from that day, she gave special attention to Teddy, brought him out, encouraged him at every point. And then December came, Christmas, when all the children brought Christmas gifts for their teachers, nicely wrapped in golden, wrapping paper. There was this one gift. She took it out and everyone in this class started laughing. It was covered in brown paper, probably from a grocery shop or something. And when she took it out, it was a bracelet. Most of the stones were missing in the bracelet. And there was a small bottle of perfume. Only 1/4 of it was full. Okay, and she saw both of these and all the children started to laugh. "We are sure this is from Teddy." But they all stopped laughing when she did something. She wore the bracelet and she dabbed a little perfume on her hand. Teddy was so happy. She could see Teddy's face light up. And when all the children left the classroom, he waited and he came next to her and told her, "Ma'am, you smell like my mom today. You smell exactly the way she smelled when it was our last Christmas together." So she hugged him and she said, "Teddy, you're a very good boy. You're going to reach great heights." And then from that day onwards, Teddy was a changed boy. He went on to become, the topper of the school, one of the toppers. And then he went on, he finished college. Every time after he left the school, every year, Mrs. Thompson would receive a letter which says that, "I have met many teachers, ma'am, but you are my favorite teacher still." Finally, the letter which came after his college was signed Dr. Theodore Stoddard. He had gone on to become a doctor. And then the next letter was the most heartwarming for Mrs. Thompson. It said, "Ma'am, I met this girl. I'm going to get married. I want you to come and attend my wedding and be in the place of my mom. Take the place of my mom during the ceremony." So she went, and she went wearing the bracelet and dabbing the perfume. And the ceremony was over and Teddy introduced his wife to his teacher. and they both hugged each other. Teddy and Mrs. Thompson hugged each other, and Teddy told, "Ma'am," he whispered in her ears, "Ma'am, it is you who made a difference. It is you who told me that I am important too, that I could be, a very good, I could bring out the best in me." And she whispered back, "Teddy, you've got it all wrong." So he just, we looked at her, why are you saying this, ma'am? Because it is not I who changed you, it is you who changed me. It's only after I met you that I understood how a teacher should be. So this was the story wherein I feel now, me being a teacher, just for the past 2 years, juggling lot of professions, landing in teaching, which I never thought I would. Something that, even a small note from a student, it's so heartwarming, and it is actually the teachers who build bridges for our generations. So it's a great role. Salute to all the teachers. And